Welcome to the Nevis newscast for Tuesday, January 16th, 2024. I am Freddie Liebert. Dr. Mutrice Williams, a daughter of the soil, has been officially appointed as the new permanent representative to the United Nations for St. Kitts and Nevis. Dr. Williams, a national security and international relations specialist, presented her credentials to UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres during a ceremony at the UN headquarters in New York on Monday, January 15th, 2024. As a former civil servant, Dr. Williams has served across multiple ministries within the government of St. Kitts and Nevis, from a business and marketing specialist on the St. Kitts Sugar Manufacturing Transition Management Team to the national coordinator for the UNESCO Youth Poverty Alleviation through Heritage and Tourism Project. Dr. Williams holds a doctorate in public policy administration from Walden University, specializing in terrorism, mediation and peace, and homeland security policy and coordination. Her dissertation led to her induction into the Hall of Fame for International Women in Emergency Management. Prime Minister the Honorable Dr. Terence Drew says both the government and the citizens of St. Kitts and Nevis are anticipating Dr. Williams' tenure at the United Nations. They are assured of her capabilities to effectively advocate for the nation's interests and uphold its values in the global arena. Corey Maynard, Deputy Director of the Department of Marine Resources, on Monday, January 15th, highlighted the areas on which the department will focus in 2024. Maynard, who made a presentation at the NIA Ministry of Agriculture Agenda 2024, said the department's work plan will include training in safety at sea, fishing techniques, as well as vessel inspections and licensing.
There's never too much training, and in 2024 we will continue our safety at sea training in terms of communication, that's radio, navigation, the use of GPS, compass, etc. Because we believe that no fisher, once they have the proper training and equipment, should be lost at sea. We are hoping that by March 34th, all seaworthy vessels would be licensed. Fisher ID registration. We have a situation where no ID for fishers were received since about 2016. So hopefully 2024 will be the year that all our fishers will receive that ID.
In addition to facilitating fish trap making workshops, the department will take measures to combat ghost fishing. The collection and analysis of data from fish landing sites, as well as the cleaning of the sites, turtle monitoring, the conservation of marine protected areas, and the construction of artificial reefs will also be the department's focus.
We plan to install some artificial reefs. These artificial reefs will be made from conch shells. So we're embarking on a project with the scuba divers, the conch divers, that when they take these conchs from these shells, that they bring the shells to the shore. What we'll do is that we're going to make some cages, and we're going to place these conch shells within the cages. So what happens is that these would act as nurseries for juvenile fish, lobsters, and other reef species.
In terms of aquaculture, the department will be involved in the cultivation of fish, prawn, and seamoss.
Once ago, seamoss used to be a prime source of income and other uses in terms of drinks and that kind of thing on the island. The reality is, currently, our stock is depleted. We have already identified a source for seedlings in 2024, so we plan to make that a key and stable product.
Deputy Director of the Department of Marine Resources, Corey Maynard. Still to come, Culturama Secretariat partners with the Nevis Tourism Authority to promote Culturama 50. The details right after this break.
As a responsible taxpayer, you help to finance free healthcare at all health centers on Nevis. Thank you for putting country above self. This message was brought to you by the Inland Revenue Department, Nevis. Be a responsible citizen.
Welcome back. The Golden Jubilee celebration of Culturama will attract hundreds, if not thousands, of people, says Executive Director of the Culturama Secretariat, Antonio Abonati Liebert. Liebert was speaking during the Ministry of Agriculture's Agenda 2024, hosted on Monday, January 15, 2024, at the Malcolm Gishad Recreational Park. Liebert spoke on the preparations for this year's celebration.
Upgrading and repairs to our main facilities. The cultural complex, where some renovation will be undertaken by the ministry. The cultural village, where the majority of the work will be concentrated. As we seek to increase the size of the performance area, that is the stage, relocate the existing dress rooms, construct 2 or 3 VIP boxes, and extend or increase our bathroom facilities. I'm also aware that the Nevis Island Administration, and by extension the Ministry of Culture and the Nevis Cultural Development Foundation, will also be looking to do some much needed work at the Nevis Performing Arts Center as they prepare for some major productions at that facility during Culturama 50.
The executive director notes that the work will begin on repairs of the major cultural facilities before the end of the first quarter of 2024. According to Liebert, the Culturama Secretariat is partnering with the Ministry of Tourism and the Nevis Tourism Authority to promote the 50th anniversary celebrations of Culturama in the neighboring islands and further afield.
We recognize that air travel in the region has been negatively impacted by the reduced and soon to be discontinued service by the region's major carrier LIAT, but we intend to utilize the emerging inter-island ferry services such as the Makana and the V2V Express to bring passengers from Montserrat, St. Martin and Anguilla, Sabre, St. Eustatius, etc. into Nevis for Culturama 50. Our marketing efforts will be further expanded in 2024 to include inviting major influencers to Culturama 50. We have seen the huge impact that this emerging marketing strategy has had on promoting festivals around the world. And starting in this February, we will be reaching out to these influencers and inviting them to come and cover the festival.
The celebration of Culturama 50 is scheduled for Thursday, July 25th to Tuesday, August 6th, 2024, with the slogan, Celebrating Culture, Embracing History. It's Culturama 50. The Board of Directors of the Boys Mentorship Program is inviting more men on Nevis to offer support and guidance to the program's mentees. The Boys Mentorship Program, which was piloted at the Nevis International Secondary School in 2022, will be expanded from Thursday, January 18, 2024, to include students of the Gingerland Secondary School.
I want to say, first of all, thank you to the mentors, the men who said yes. They said yes to giving their time, yes to nurturing the boys, yes to conversations, next to the opportunity to make a difference in the next generation. And so I want to really appreciate them for taking the time and saying, yes, I would do that.
Jasmine Brown is the deputy chair of the board of directors of the Boys Mentorship Program, while Mario Phillip is the chair.
The program is our program, not just us as the board and the school. It is our program as the community of Nevis. And so you can join in and do your part to ensure the success of the future of the island of Nevis. I also want to join Jasmine in saying thank you to the men, because I remember we came to you and we made an appeal and asked men, the valiant men of Nevis, to stand up and make a contribution, and you have done so. There's still room. You can still join in and put your name down. Somebody met me and say, put my name down. The next opportunity I want to be in. So sure, make your commitment. You can stop by the Ministry of Health and Gender Affairs at the administration building in Main Street, Charlestown, and collect a form there. You can stop by the Department of Gender Affairs on Government Road opposite the Alexandria Hospital, right? So this is a community program for our community, so we need you to do your part.
The Boys Mentorship Program is celebrating Mentorship Week from January 14th to 20th. International Mentoring Day will be observed on Wednesday, January 17th. The aim is to foster an understanding of the mentoring movement throughout the world. The day also raises awareness for the global contributions of mentoring. That's it for this edition of the Nevis Newscast. On behalf of all of us here at the Department of Information, I'm Fredicia Liburd. Thank you for viewing.